Check for missing values and clean. Hi again. We have reached another important pre-processing step, dealing with missing values. First, it is useful to check if there are any. There is a dedicated pandas method, isNull, which can be applied to our data frame. It will check whether each data point is missing or not. IsNull will return true if there is a missing value, and false if the value is not missing. You can see here that most of the displayed data points are not missing. But look at the employee title variable. There are certainly some missing values there. Let's try to see how many missing values there are in each variable. We'll take advantage of how the Boolean logical values true and false are being interpreted numerically. Namely, true has the numerical value of 1 and false has the numerical value of 0. This means we can do arithmetic operations straight from the Boolean values. For example, if we sum the Boolean values we have generated so far, we get the number of missing values by variable. Let's adjust the display options to see all rows. Indeed, there are missing values in the employment title variable. But let's focus on the variables with missing values that we will need for analysis. One such variable is annual income, with 4 missing values. Others are delinquency in the last 2 years, inquiries in the last 6 months, open accounts, public records, total accounts, accounts now delinquent, total revolving limit, employment length integer, and months since earliest credit line. One way to deal with missing values is to remove all observations or rows where we have a missing value of a variable. Another way is to impute the values, that is, replace the missing values with another value. We treat the missing values for different variables in a slightly different way, but we'll use the same pandas method, fillNA. Let's demonstrate how to impute the missing variables for one feature. The rest will be left as homework. Let's take total revolving limit, for example. Here is how we do this. We take a variable and apply the fillNA method to it. We need to specify 2 arguments of the fillNA method. First, we need the new values we're going to replace the missing values with. Here, it makes sense to replace the missing values with the respective values of funded amount. This way, if we don't have data for the revolving limit, we assume it is equal to the funded amount of the loan. We also need to specify whether we want the missing values to be replaced in the same variable. We do want that, so we set the inPlace parameter to true. Let's see now how many missing values the total revolving limit column has. 0. It has no missing values. Excellent! You will find detailed instructions about the values you need to impute in each of the other variables with missing values in the homework task. See you next time. Thanks for watching.